Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca. Let's talk about makeup. So today I'm doing the July update for my Deck of Panning Project Pan. This was a project created by Emily from Emily and Max. She was inspired by a booktuber named Books with Maddi, who came up with a pretty genius way to gamify her to be read pile using a deck of cards, and we are basically doing the same thing except with our makeup. I'm filming this a couple of days late. I'm hoping I can get this up in a more timely manner than I did my last one, but we actually are rolling everything out except for one product, and it is not the product that I thought it would be. So last month I picked both the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Clubs. Both of those were a pick your space in their respective suites. And the prompts that I picked were a non-makeup product, and for that I rolled in my ordinary L-ascorbic acid, trying to get myself to do a little bit better with my skincare routine. I have just been terrible about it since I had my baby. And I rolled this in for 12 uses and I managed to use it 10 times. We still have a couple of uses left on it, but because we're so close, I will get my last 2 uses on it, but because we're so close, I'm going to go ahead and pull another card in its place, just so I have something new to work on for the rest of the month. Then for the Queen of Clubs, that was also a pick your space in the suite, and I chose Oh the Shame, and for that I rolled in something that I had not yet used. It was this Illuminati multi-chrome gel eyeliner in the shade Air. As you can tell, I have not even taken it out of the box. I have not used it one time. It was rolled in for 12 uses. I didn't even use it once. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this one over until next month, and hopefully I will get my uses on that pencil before the next update. Then I pulled the 10 of Clubs, and that was a brand you own the most of. And that for me is either ColourPop or Pat McGrath, which I think is interesting because those are two wildly different sides of the makeup spectrum. But for that, I decided to roll in my Pat McGrath Divine Glow Blush and Cheek Palette in the shade Nude Venus. This is what she looks like. She's gorgeous. I rolled her in for, I rolled her in for 10 uses and I used her 14 times. This is the one I actually thought that I would have the most trouble getting my uses on, but I did not. I sailed right through that and even got a little bit of extra credit. Then I pulled the 6 of Spades, and that was something from an indie brand. And for that, I rolled in my Rivendell lip kit from Glamlight, part of their Lord of the Rings collab. And I only have the lip liner to show you here because the lip gloss that came with it is in my diaper bag right now. And I dare not set foot outside this room or I will be bombed by children and I will not be able to finish the video. So we're kind of hiding in here right now is what we're doing. But I have the lip liner here. I rolled it in for 6 uses and I used it 6 times. I have really enjoyed both of the products in that lip kit. They look great together. They look good with other things. I'm actually wearing this lip liner with a couple of other lip products today. Both of them are beautiful products. Then I also pulled the 2 of Clubs, and that was for Wish You Returned. And someone in comments told me that they interpreted this prompt as something that you wish would come back that has been discontinued, but I do think that there is a specific prompt for something that has been discontinued. So I interpreted this as something you wish you had taken back to the store and gotten your money back for. And for that I rolled in my e.l.f. Camo bronzer and contour. I don't really wish I had returned this. I just wish that I had chosen another shade because I don't feel like I have anything in my collection that I wish that I didn't own. At this point, after my last declutter, which was for me pretty brutal, I feel like I am glad that I own pretty much everything that's in my collection right now. But this one is a little bit deep for me. I'm usually a little bit deeper in skin tone at this point of the summer, but I am not this year because I have spent a lot of time indoors with my baby. And so this one is a little tricky to work with because it's a little deeper than I really need it to be. I wish I had gone a shade down on this one. It would be a lot easier to work with on my current summer skin tone. So I rolled that in for 2 uses and I actually used it 4 times. So we got a little extra credit on that one too. That is an almost full rollout. We're gonna go ahead and keep the Illuminati eyeliner in. We'll see if I can make myself use it over the next month. But that means we are drawing 4 new cards today and I am very excited. So I've got my trusty Mandalorian deck of cards here, and I'm going to go ahead and take the red Joker here and put that in the deck. Let's hope we don't get... I've already done the Joker once this year. I feel like I ought to be exempt from doing it again, but that's not exactly how it works. So Okay, that should be good enough. All right, 4 cards. First, we have the 2 of diamonds. It's because I said it, wasn't it? It's because I said it, wasn't it? I said I should be exempt from getting the Joker again. The Joker is for the prompt, are you joking? And that means you need to roll in something that you don't want to pan. I think it was back in February the last time I picked the Joker, and I rolled in a foundation that is a favorite of mine that has been discontinued, and I rolled it in to finish. And I did. I finished it. It took me a few months, but I did finish it. So I have no idea what I'm going to pick this time. Can you believe this? It's because I said something. We all think these thoughts, but I had to utter it out loud is what I had to do. Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 2 more cards. That is the Queen of Spades and then the 5 of Clubs. Let's take a look at the prompts, shall we? Okay, this is the game board. The first card that I drew was the 2 of Diamonds, and that is something that has been discontinued. Okay, I should be able to do that, no problem. The next one, well, we know the next one. The next one was, are you joking? I'm going to have to think on that for a little bit and figure out what I'm going to pick for that one. It's something that I don't necessarily want to pan, but we're also not shooting for hate pan. So I kind of have to walk that fine line between something that I don't want to pan and something that's still going to be enjoyable enough to pan so that I don't get frustrated with the product or the project. The next one I pulled was the Queen of Spades, and that is a pick your space in the Spades suite. So it can be either Copycat, Cream or Liquid, Spotlight a Panner, Sentimental, Blush, Impulse Graveyard, Matches Shirt, or Duo/Multichrome. And then I also pulled the 5 of Clubs. The 5 of Clubs matches nails. Oh, that's interesting. I have never gotten that one before. All right, so those are the prompts. I'm going to go ahead and pick my products, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I have picked my products. I think I feel good about them. Even the Joker, I feel pretty good about that one. It still fits the bill of something that I don't want to pan, but I think it's going to work out. This is going to work out. So the first card that I pulled was the 2 of Diamonds, and that was for something that has been discontinued. And for that, I chose my Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Eyeshadow. So it's one of these wands that has a matte liquid eyeshadow on one side and a metallic liquid eyeshadow on the other side. This is in the shade Request Line and Slow Jams. It is probably my favorite of the collection. I'm so sad that these have been discontinued because I thought they were fantastic. I love a good liquid eyeshadow. I like having a nice colored base to layer my other shadows on top of. Not only does this make a bulletproof eyeshadow base, but I feel like it helps build that depth of color before I've even gone in with my powder shadows on top of it. I don't necessarily need to go with powder shadows on top of it. That's just how I prefer to use these, but I definitely could go all over the whole lid with the matte and then just add some of the metallic side in the inner corner or across the lid. And it would make a beautiful eye look on its own. But I really like pairing this up with my powder eyeshadows. So yeah, it'll be fun to bring this back into rotation. I also pulled the Queen of Spades, and that was for something in the Spades suite. And I chose the prompt Sentimental. For that one, I'm rolling in this. This is my Milani Soft and Sultry eyeshadow palette. This was a gift from my husband some years ago. It has been up for decluttering a couple of times, and each time I have been unable to let it go because of the sentimental nature of it. However, I have not gotten the use out of it recently that I would like to, so I'm going to go ahead and roll this one in as well. As usual, I'm using the number of the card to determine how many uses that I'm rolling this in for. So technically, my Huda Liquid eyeshadow would be rolling in for 2 uses, but I'm going to go ahead and go for a 5-use minimum because 2 uses seems like what's even the point here? And I actually do want to spend a little bit more time with this product. So I'm going to roll this one in for 5 uses, and then the 6 would represent 12. So we're going to roll this eyeshadow palette in for 12 uses. I also drew the 5 of Clubs, and that was for something that matches my nails. My nails are a milky white. So I'm going to go ahead and roll in my Little Mini Makeup by Mario lipstick in the shade Erin. Love this lipstick. It is a really beautiful neutral kind of nudie shade on my skin tone. It has enough coolness in it that it does not lean orange. as so many nude shades tend to on my cool olive undertone. Really, really love this lipstick. I have not used it enough recently, so this is the perfect excuse. I'm gonna roll this one in for 5 uses as well. And the last one, the Joker. This one took me some time to figure out, but I have decided to roll in my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost palette. I'm going to roll this one in to pan. I actually already have some pan on the bronzer here. You can see that kind of dimpled lattice there that is underneath all of these baked products. I am not going to choose a specific product here that I would like to pan. I am just going to shoot for pan somewhere. I don't know where it's going to end up being. I think I'm closest here on this powder in dim light, so that might be the next one to go, but we shall see. The reason why I felt like this was fitting for the Joker is because this does have quite a lot of sentimental value for me as well. So I don't want to use it up, but at the same time, it's going to take me freaking forever. These are baked products. It's going to take me probably, listen, I don't know how long it's going to take me to hit another pan in here, but it's going to be with us for a while. And as you know, I really enjoy kind of the shop your stash kind of aspect that this project takes on when rolling in for usage goals. So I don't go for a lot of panning or completion goals with this particular project. I'm going to go ahead and try to hit another pan on this one. So that's going to take me a while. So that is the one I'm choosing for my second go round with the Joker in 2025. And those are all the products that I am rolling in for the coming month. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.